This is the opening of Apple's second biggest store on March 21st. It covers 3,800 square meters, attracting nearly $12 million in investment. Apple CEO Tim Cook personally welcomed the first customers.
I love China and the people.
Not everyone was smiling. In the United Kingdom, the Associate Director of the Royal United Services Institute for Defense and Security Studies, Jonathan Eyal, mocked Cook. He wrote on X that Cook could lose the market at a stroke of a bureaucratic pen. In the United States, Fox News said it should be a warning.
It makes sense that he's over there, but to sell more iPhones and more products in China. But it also, I think, the Chinese Communist Party are not going to allow American companies ultimately to be successful there.
Well, if that's true, we might not have seen this. The state-business relationship has always been a go-to cudgel when someone wants to criticize China's business environment. For example, China's revision to its counter-espionage law last year started a wave of association and insinuations in the international media. The New York Times, Wall Street Journal, The Hill, and many others have used it to argue and reinforce the perception that foreign firms are forced out of China. This piece particularly made links between the revision and the China-US relationship. It said that the revisions came amid a wave of raids, inspections, and other acts by Chinese authorities against foreign, chiefly American businesses, as tense US-China relations deteriorated further.
Some of the small cases only involve one or two companies, a couple of people. However, there are thousands and thousands of companies running in China that are not being harassed or raided or fined. So using little cases to scare other companies not investing in China, I think that's a wrong way to look at this picture.
What it has intended to do is to paint a picture of the Chinese government driven by geopolitical concerns, suppresses foreign business. What it's saying to foreign businesses is simple: do not invest in China. But the business community is saying, thanks for the advice, but no thanks.
China is the biggest car market in the world, and it's the biggest market for Mercedes. We do business here. Most of our operations are here, so we build almost all the vehicles that we sell in China.
Every year makes China different or leads to a different China. So I always come here, try to understand, meet new people, and learn and collaborate with them.
China is a great supersized market with a fantastic potential, but more importantly, that it continues to transform, to reform, to open up, and to support the economy in a very high quality development direction.
Opening up and foreign business investments have been the open secret of China's economic miracle over the past several decades. In his 2024 government work report, Chinese Premier Li Qiang said that China will ramp up efforts to attract foreign investment, including further shortening the negative list for foreign investment, and all market access restrictions on foreign investment in manufacturing will be abolished. Market access restrictions in service sectors like telecommunication and healthcare will also be reduced.
中国的对外开放坚定不移，将持续为世界各国分享中国机遇，创造良好条件。
In January 2024, 4,588 new foreign invested firms were established in China, up 74.4% year-on-year. The American Chamber of Commerce in South China's special report shows that 80% of the participating companies report their overall return on investment in China as positive or very positive in 2023. 62% of the companies chose not to shift their investments out of China. 76% plan to reinvest in China in 2024. Not a single company declared a complete withdrawal from the Chinese market. Very wise.
China is not only an opportunity, it's a given. I mean, we're already a partner of China in terms of further developing aviation here. We invested a lot. I mean, of course, our final assembly line in Tianjin is one of the most visible assets that we're having here. We're going to have a second final assembly line over there.
If you look at the top, 50 to 100 top multinationals, the Chinese share of the global market is between 15 to 50%, right? They have actually enjoyed the Chinese market and success in there for the last 20 years. The question is, what am I going to do for the next 10 years? And I think the question for them is one of competitiveness, is one of how do I continue my success in China?
Of course, successful business practice in China depends on its overall economic well-being. Despite the naysayers, China's economy has shown steady progress.
China actually has seen a solid recovery in 2023. We continue to see the rise of the upper middle class, and we do still see consumption increase in the mid-single digits. Given the scale China is at, that is actually something we could celebrate.
In the first 2 months of 2024, China's total import and export of goods expanded 8.7% year-on-year, with exports showing a 10.3% year-on-year growth to 3.75 trillion yuan. Trade value of private enterprises took up 54.6% of the foreign trade, up 4.2% from the same period last year. Foreign invested enterprises constituted 29%. Reuters, the Wall Street Journal, and many media have described it as a strong footing for the start of the year or beating expectations.
China's productivity, technological advance and innovation is proceeding rapidly. China is the low-cost producer of most of the advanced, clean, green, digital technologies that the world wants. So on the supply side, I think the Chinese economy is in very good shape.
Yes, there are short-term challenges, and I think that the recommendations that have been put forward regarding boosting unemployment, especially among youth, also an inflation target of 3% to try and elevate consumption. These are measures that will ensure the continued health of the Chinese economy.
Businesses want to earn profits. It's quite simple. They go where the market and the money are. And the Chinese market has proven to be irresistible over the past several decades. There are short-term challenges to the economy. There are those who want to make it look bad. But it is the long-term, big-picture thinking that generates real rewards. And China's long-term looks pretty attractive.